two-headed bird. Once upon a time, there were two friends. They loved each other and they always shared their daily needs. Whatever they got was always shared together, whether it was food, money, or other pleasures. If one felt full, the other felt full too, and vice versa. Basically, they both shared the same fate. For years, they lived as friends. Nothing could separate them, as if they were siblings. One day, one of them, the older one, fell ill. His illness got worse. His younger friend could not help him until he finally died. The young man's heart was beyond sad. For days, weeks, even months, he could not eat or drink. His body was thin, so he became sickly and then died following his friend. Not long after they died, they were both reborn as two-headed punic birds. Yes, the bird has one body, one tail, and one pair of wings like most birds. The only difference is that it has two heads.
The two heads of this bird have similar behavior, just like the two friends when they were still alive. Nobody is selfish. The two heads of the punic bird help each other to get food. They care about each other. The bird flies to a place only if that place is equally liked by its two heads. One day, a hunter saw the punic bird perched on a tree branch in the middle of the forest. At first, he could not believe what he saw. He had never seen a two-headed bird like this.
This is truly a miracle, he thought. How lucky I will be if I catch it. The whole country will be amazed at the miracle bird I have caught. I can sell it for a very high price. I'll be famous too. That was the hunter's daydream. He realized that this was a good opportunity because of the two coconut palms were in a careless state. One coconut palm head was feeding the other head, and they were lost in the warmth of intimacy. So without waiting any longer, the hunter prepared an arrow and then stretched his bow.
However, while aiming like that, he remembered his wife at home, who always fed her baby. How birds always love each other like humans. He could not bear to hurt. Finally, he lowered his arrowhead again and returned to the village. He told the villagers about his experience that he had just had.
That's right, I'm not lying. I saw it with my own eyes. One of the bird's heads was feeding the another head. They were so harmonious that I was stunned. That's how he told the story, until his eyes filled with tears. Everyone who heard the story nodded in disbelief. They knew that the neighbor hunter was an honest person. The news spread throughout the village and surrounding villages, but like the hunter, did not dare to shoot or catch it. They were afraid of getting hurt. Moreover, quite a few villagers thought that the two-headed bird was the incarnation of a god.
The news continued to spread until it finally reached the palace. The emperor was very amazed to hear it. He was very curious, so a hunter was sent with a message to catch the two-headed punic bird alive. After a long journey, the hunter from the palace arrived at the forest as intended. After wandering here and there for quite a while looking behind the leaf, he finally saw the punic bird. He prepared an arrow, but before he could lift the arrow, the panic bird had already flown to another tree. The hunter followed the panic bird, but it seemed that the bird had a strong feeling of a deadly threat, so it flew again. The hunter prepared another strategy. He placed a trap on every tree that bore fruit. So, if the bird picks fruit, there is a possibility that it will be careless and fall into the trap. And that is exactly what happened. The bird fell into the net while trying to pick a fruit.
Aha! Finally, you have been caught. It's not for nothing that I'm called the greatest hunter in the palace. That's what the hunter said as he grabbed the bird that was caught in the net, then put it in the cage. Let's meet my king! And he set off for the palace. Not long after, the caged punic bird arrived in front of the Emperor of China. This is, Your Majesty, the bird that Your Majesty has always wanted. Are there any other orders for me to carry out? No, that's enough. Now go. I want to be alone with the magical punic bird, said the emperor.
Now, in the throne room, there were only the emperor and the punic bird. The emperor had heard the story that the two heads of the punic bird always share with each other, and neither was selfish. He wanted to prove it. The emperor fed one of the heads of the punic while he did not give the other head. But it turned out that some of the food he received he fed to the other head's beak. If the emperor prevented him from feeding, the head that was fed would not continue eating, even vomiting it back up. That was how it was every time the emperor gave him food. Never failed. He always shared. The emperor could not prevent the bird from sharing. This made him very angry. He himself was a great ruler. What he ordered was always obeyed by his subordinates. Now, a small bird dared to oppose him. What a joke! Finally, he summoned his advisor.
I have a task for you. Do you see this two-headed punic bird? I want you to find a way to make this punic bird become two birds, each with one head. Whoever can do it, I will reward you with half of the kingdom. Do you understand? The advisors looked at each other and then nodded again. Good. Then whoever dares to try, please come forward. After the emperor had waited for some time, one of the advisors stepped forward. Your Majesty, if I succeed in dividing this punic bird into two birds that are both alive, is it true that I will get half of the palace area? Did I hear correctly? Yes, that's right. Very well, Your Majesty. I will try, but I ask that you give me 1 month grace. Is that permitted? grant your request. You may try any strategy for the next one. And I will get half of the palace, sire? Don't keep repeating yourself. My words won't change. Don't ask any more questions. Now do what I say.
The advisor excused himself and went back to his house, carrying the panic bird in the cheeks. He hung the cheeks under the roof, then began to think of a way to split the bird into two. Every day he watched the panic bird, watching its movement while feeding it. He was so tempted by the emperor's promises of half the kingdom that he tried hard to find a way to split the panic bird into two. Several days have passed. After observing for a long time, he finally discovered the peculiarity of the bird's attitude. During the day, sometimes the two heads will move away from each other. One jut to the right and the other jut to the left. The time is never certain, but what is certain is that it happens as long as the sun is shining, because at night the two heads are always close to each other.
I will split you into two. You will see. Yes, you will be two birds with one head each, and I will be the ruler who will rule over half of the kingdom. The advisor muttered. He waited until another moment came when the two heads were far from each other. When that moment came, he approached the bird's head, which was on the right, and whispered, "Shh." Then the advisor stepped back, then left the room. As soon as the advisor left, the bird's left head asked the bird's head opposite the right, "What did he whisper to you?" "He whispered something meaningless." "Is that so? Come on, just tell me. What did he whisper to you?" "It's meaningless. Just nonsense." Okay," said the left head. Then he tried to act satisfied.
After a while, the advisor came back into the room. He had been watching the bird from behind the door, and now he came out on purpose. When he saw the two heads were far apart again, he went back to the bird's right head and whispered it in its ear.
Then he left. The bird's left head became restless again. He was curious, wanting to know what words the owner of the house has whispered. "He whispered to you again. I saw it clearly. Come on, tell me, what word did he whisper this time?" he asked. "Same as before, just nonsense. Nothing." "Really? Come on, you have to be honest with me. We're best friends. I told you it was just a bullshit." "What nonsense? What does it sound like?" "He just said whoosh, whoosh, whoosh." "That's how it is. Exactly like before." "It is true? Trust me, I don't know what it means myself." "Okay then," said the head on the left.
The next day, the advisor came back after peeking through the door. Again, he repeated the same action. He approached the right side of the head and whispered,
Whoosh whoosh. Then left. "Well, what did he whisper this time?" "Same as yesterday. Same bullshit. Nonsense." "Yeah, he just said whoosh whoosh." "Impossible. You are obviously lying. If it's just nonsense, why repeat it over and over again? In a whisper again. There must be something secret. No, just trust me. It's just a whoosh, 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 whoosh. I don't believe it. You're a big liar. He must have told me a very important secret. Tell me. I told you just whoosh, 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 whoosh. You're stubborn. You won't admit it. You're a liar.
That's it. The two had their word, the incarnation of the two friends finally fought, saying hateful words to each other, and then pecking each other fiercely. Blood flowed from its head. The one body bird with two heads began to flap its wings wildly around the chest, hitting the bar hard, slamming from side to side. Its feathers flew out and scattered everywhere. Finally, the fierce fighting between the two had resulted in the panic bird's body being split into two, right in the middle. So the two panic birds were formed, each with one head.
Ha 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 ha. My strategy worked. The advisor squealed happily as he darted toward the gates. He put his hand into the gates and came out with the two hands each holding a bird. He smiled broadly and laughed. He couldn't stop smiling and laughing. Since my strategy was successful, surely I will soon become the new ruler over half the kingdom. That's it. He walked to the palace with cheerful steps, occasionally jogging because he was so happy, wanting to get there quickly. In front of the emperor, he presented the two punic birds. Here it is, your majesty. The old punic bird has now become two. I also did not cross the limit that your majesty has set. Yes, 1 month exactly, said the advisor with overflowing joy. So, as agreed, now it means I. Agreement? What agreement? I try to remember, said the king as he took back his bird. Yeah, we'll talk about that later, after I'm done admiring these birds. And that's how the story ends. The emperor got what he wanted, the two peasants. But the advisor, he didn't get what he wanted, because he still did not get what had been promised to him. The king refused to admit that he had made a deal with the advisor. How unfortunate the advisor was. He never thought that the emperor's words would be as meaningless as the words whoosh, 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 whoosh that he whispered repeatedly into the right ear of the punic bird.